He said Jose was coming up. That is clearly a Jason. Yeah, my name is Jose, and nobody believes me. That's the story of my life. I used to live in Texas. I went to meet a woman's family. The dad opened the door. He was like, "You're Jose?" Woo, we thought you was gonna be like a real Jose, you know? It's like, what did he think was coming to the door? Like some dude with maracas, like, "I'm here today, your daughter! Okay!" I don't know what he thought. I thought maybe that was just the South, but I used to live in Philadelphia, a lot of different cultures up there. I met a Puerto Rican guy. He's like, "What's your name, man?" And I go, "My name's Jose." He's like, "No, papi. Your name no can be Jose." I'm like, "Yes, it is. I was born in Cuba." He's like, "You look like a policeman." I live in Southern California now. Worst part is, I'll go to some Cuban restaurant that's run by Mexicans. And they'll see me sitting by myself, like, "I come back and explain the menu." And I'm like, and then I feel like I gotta be extra Cuban, like, "I got it. Arroz con pollo maduro, por favor." And they're like, "Oh, okay. The guy from immigration, the guy from immigration." And everybody scatters. That's how you know it's authentic. The chef is running out the back. "Oh no, they speak Spanish now." But I was born in Cuba, raised in Miami, so I'm a good swimmer, obviously. Did you know that was a stereotype? I didn't until I went out for the high school swim team. The coach is like, "Sarduy, where's that from?" "I was born in Cuba." "We're gonna win state! We got a Cuban kid! You're a captain. Do you have cousins?" "Obviously." And listen, I don't know if all Cubans are good swimmers, but if there had been Cubans on the Titanic, everybody would have survived. And that would be a way better movie. That would be great. People run around, "Oh no, there's no lifeboats." Two Cuban guys, "We don't need no lifeboats. You take this piano, you put it in the water, you can put 16 people on that." I saw Titanic years ago when it first came out in theaters in Miami, which was an experience. There's a part that's historical, right? That the boat's sinking and the band is playing. Well, the whole thing is historical. But there's a part that's accurate. There was a band playing as the boat sank, and they play that scene. It's very sad. The big guy, this guy playing the big cello, Cuban 3 rows down, yells at the screen, "That thing in your hand, it floats!" The guy with the little one, he's gonna die, you know. I'm not gonna make it. And I became a comedian because of my family. My family is very boisterous and funny, and they're crazy. They're crazy family. I love my family. My mom is great. She speaks with an accent. So when I was little, it was fun to bring my friends over. They'd be like, "Hello, kids. Welcome to my home." That's how she says home. "Do you want something to eat?" And they were like, "Yeah, of course." Like, "Do you want hardo?" My friend's like, What is hardo?" I'm like, "That's how she says hot dog." People come over to the house like, "Listen, if you have like a phone or a computer, you can use it all over the house. We have high five all over the house." Love my mom. She speaks great English. She doesn't understand like American phrases. American phrases kind of, you know, they confuse her sometimes. We had construction on the house once. She walked in on a room with a guy building something she didn't pay for. Like, "Excuse me, I did not pay for that. What is that?" And the guy was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, ma'am. I got a wild hair up my butt on that one." My mom's like, "Well, I did not need to know that. But now that I do, why don't you shave it? It's 2020. I have a crazy mom, and the thing is, if you have a crazy mom, you don't know it when you're little. Because when you're little, you just assume that what your mom is doing to you is what all the other moms are doing. You're like, this must be normal. Then you get old enough to start comparing notes with other people, and then you're like, none of that was normal. That is how therapy started. Happened to me when I was 19. I was at a house party. We're sitting around comparing home remedies. One guy's like, one time, I had 104 fever. My mom dropped me in a bathtub full of ice. And we were all like, oh, that's pretty bad. And I was like, ooh, you know what's worse? Remember when you get the stomach flu and your moms would put in the suppositories? You guys remember? They all looked at me like you. No. My mom gave me soup. And I was confused, like, how'd she get soup in there? That seems worse. Tell you what, though, I never went home sick from school. No. I could be puking blood. Jose, you want to go home? No! Please don't send me home. She's going to put a cough drop in my butt. Please. Just let me stay here. But you're puking blood. That's what I do when I'm happy. Because I love fractions. And I love my big family. I love it. But I don't have any children. I know, which is weird. I'm 42, Latino, no kids. To my family, I'm like a unicorn. Like, I think I have magical powers. But I've discovered this: if you don't have kids, people with kids do not want your advice on raising kids. Even when it sounds like they want advice. Like, he's struggling in math. I don't know what to do. You know what you could do? You know what you could do, Jose, is shut your mouth! Do you just sleep in your bed all night long with no one interrupting you? Shut up. And that's when I pull out my trump card whenever they say it. I go, yeah? After the age of 7, I always did what I was told, never talked back to my mother, never got reprimanded. You hear that silence? All those parents like, what did your mom do? I'll tell you what she did. She killed a chicken in front of me using only this hand. Ow. That is what the kids call a gangster. She didn't warn me either. We're in the backyard. She's petting the chicken that I'd named Freddie. In hindsight, that was a mistake. She's like, baby, we're going to have chicken tonight. And I was like, I love chicken, Mommy. And then she spreads her feet like she's going to do Kempo karate. Without looking, grabs it by the throat, starts spinning it like a nunchuck. Making eye contact with me the whole time like a psychopath. Ha ha! Chicken's making weird noise like... And then the head popped off the chicken. And that's when I discovered chickens got a weird nervous system. You can take the head off a chicken and the body doesn't realize it right away. You know how I know that? Because that chicken body hit the ground and tried to walk it off! Like it had a chicken Charlie horse or something. It was... And it couldn't make any noise, so it was like the scariest silent movie of all time. That chicken body hit the ground like... And I'm like, stop, drop, and roll, Freddie! I didn't know what to do. 45 seconds, it ran around, and then you could be like, you're right, I'm not okay. Pow. So again, I am 7 years old. I am petrified. I look up my mom. She's got a dead chicken head in her hand. She's got blood on her cheek. Feathers are falling. Leans in, says the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life. She goes, pretty cool, huh? I'm gonna go clean my room. I'm gonna clean my room. I can clean the whole house. I'm already gonna be cleaning. Might as well clean the whole... You guys are wanting to paint the house. I can paint that. I'm only 7, but I'll find a way. Maybe I'll just apply for college and get out of this house, because you're a scary person. My family's a very interesting story. We actually came from Cuba when I was a little kid because my dad was a political prisoner in Cuba. We got deported because my dad protested the government down there. We got deported from Cuba to the USA. Yeah, that's all my white friends. Woo! All my Mexican friends. Woo! That's a good deal. Who gets deported to the United States? I'm like, I know. I can't even pitch. It's usually how we get in. There's Coast Guard in the Caribbean right now. You made it. Can you pitch? No, go to Haiti, play soccer or something. It's rough. But because of that, my family's very patriotic. America took us in. My dad, we're on the couch. We're watching the Olympics, just me and him. I remember he's yelling at the screen like we're at the stadium. He's like, USA! USA! It's not just for Jews, Dad. It's for everybody. I'm pretty patriotic myself. Here's how patriotic I am. I am a vegetarian, but I love Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't even eat it anymore. I just support it. Because we were poor when we got here. We couldn't eat out. First thing we ate out was Kentucky Fried Chicken. My dad went all out. He got the bucket of chicken. He got the biscuits. And he also bought the coleslaw. And if you've been eating coleslaw your whole life, maybe you don't know this, but it is disgusting. There's always somebody somewhere like, no, it's pretty good. Yeah, and people on a farm get used to the smell of poop. You can get used to horrible things. I don't know who thought that, like, you know what this salad needs to be? Wet. Let's make a wet salad. Should it be clear wet? No, it should be snotty wet. It should be the most disgusting thing. And see if people will eat it. So my dad noticed we weren't eating the coleslaw. He's like, hey, why is nobody eating that coleslaw? And we're like, Dad, it doesn't taste good. He's like, I don't care. You have to eat it. Because the white people eat it. And they cannot find out we're not white people. Like, they're gonna know when you talk. My dad's not gonna sneak past any of you. Where are you from, sir? Boston, Massachusetts. That's how he says Massachusetts. And I don't have an accent because I came when I was 3 years old, and I learned to speak English watching television. Because when I was a little kid, we had great shows like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, The Muppets, Days of Our Lives, you know, children's shows. I watched TV for 5 days, and in that 5 days, I learned enough English to translate for my family at restaurants. Problem is, I learned it mostly from Muppets. So we'd be at the restaurant, my mom wants steak and potatoes, they're like, dile a la señora que quiero bistec con papa, bistec con papa. And I'm like, hi-ho, my mom wants a steak and potatoes, please. The waitress is like, that's adorable, does your mommy want bacon? No, not bacon, that's Miss Piggy! I'm just glad I outgrew Muppet voices, because you don't need Muppet voices in adult scenarios. You don't want to get pulled over. You know how fast you were going? Herd a bird, a herd a bird, bird. That's how you end up in the back of the cop car. Animal don't like taser. My dad loves American culture. He has this big movie collection, and he loves American movies. And he recently started quoting American movies because he saw me and my friends do it. And the best part of my Cuban dad quoting American movies is, you will never know which movie. From the quote. I tried to show him the classics, right? Dazed and Confused, Matthew McConaughey. All right. My dad was like, I like that movie. Okay. No? That's not the same. It's not the same. Showed him Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Luke, I'm your father. He's like, Luke, who's your daddy? No, what? Did you watch an inappropriate version of Star Wars? I showed him The Godfather. My friend's like, Mr. Sarduy, you saw The Godfather? He goes, yes. Remember when he goes, that's what I'm talking about? No. I thought he made it up. I watched the movie. It's not in there. You know which movie that's in? Dazed and Confused. Just mixing them up. But now I just want everybody to yell that when they're happy. Something good happens in your life. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'll tell you a story. I went to a Dave & Buster's. Do you have those here? Yeah. So if you've never been to a Dave & Buster's, it's like a casino where you don't win money. You get tickets. You can buy a whistle. It's awesome. I like to go there. Video games for adults. It's awesome. My favorite part about it is they let little kids in there before 10 o'clock. And I like to beat little kids at video games. Because when you play them online, they're not the best people. You ever played a child online? They say horrible things to you that I can't say on Dry Bar. So I go, and I'm pretty good at this one fighting game, so I pull up, and this kid is standing on boxes. He brought boxes. That's how good he is. He is beating grown men that just have to grab their beer and walk away grumbling. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stand up for my brothers. I come in with my accent. I use my dad's accent, like, hello, can I play you? Okay, I don't know what to do. I use my car? Okay, right. Now, I don't know what do the buttons do? I don't know. Which one am I? The whole time, I am smoking this kid. And I look over, he's getting red, angry. I am so happy. I keep beating him, and finally his mom leans in and goes, honey, use your best character. He's not even from this country. I was like, oh, is that how we're gonna do it, Mom? All right, ethnic war, right? So he uses his best character, and he gave me a good fight, but I still beat him. And I was about to celebrate. I look over, he starts crying, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to make a 10-year-old cry. The dad leans over, his big, strong dude, grabs me by the shoulder, pulls me in close, and he whispers in my ear, thank you. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about, yeah! Even your family doesn't like you. That's a moment where you want that phrase. I left Miami after high school and went to college in Colorado, so I went up here in the mountains, yeah. And then I tried driving in the snow, and I thought I could handle it because I'd driven in the rain, and I'm good in that. But first time I was out on the snow, it was just a light drizzle, and I'm on the highway doing 10 miles an hour with the hazards on. Just go around! Just a confused Miami boy. Why is there cocaine falling from the sky? But it was great going to Colorado because not a lot of Cubans there. No major bodies of water. How would we get there? But it was great. I got to represent my culture to my friends, but they didn't know where the line was. They would cross it all the time. Jose, you're fluent in Spanish. We're at a Latin restaurant. Why don't you order the food in Spanish? We're at a Taco Bell in Denver, Brad. Chalupa's not a word. And the guy behind the counter is named Chip. I went out to Colorado because I went to the United States Air Force Academy. I got a degree. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I made lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, and people are like, oh, you look too young to be lieutenant colonel. I was like, you should have seen when I was a 23-year-old lieutenant flying cargo planes. I looked 14, which was horrible for passengers. I had a World War II veteran get on my plane. What do you do on the plane, little boy? I was like, I'm your pilot, sir. He's like, we're taking a train, man. They got babies flying airplanes. But I love being a service member. I get to answer questions. People have a lot of questions because they don't know much about airplanes or the service, and I love it because most of the questions are dumb. I love dumb questions because I put them in my show. Some of them start out sounding smart. Somebody was like, oh, you were a cargo pilot? Yeah, I flew cargo planes. It's like, did you ever air refuel where you go behind another airplane in the sky and get gas? I was like, yeah, we used to do that. He's like, when you were up there, did you get out and talk to the other pilot? I'm in the Air Force, man, not Cirque du Soleil. What do you think we string ropes like, I'm coming to see you, Bobby? I don't know what he thought. My favorite dumb story ever. This is my favorite dumb story ever. I've gotten a few times. So my favorite example, I was in Boise, Idaho. And this nice older lady walks up. She's like, that was so funny. You've been in the Air Force 22 years. I was 22 at the time. I wasn't 22. It was 22 years. And I said, yes, ma'am. Like, my neighbor's son just finished boot camp in the Army. He's stationed in Georgia. Do you know Jimmy? Maybe. I just wish, I've been to war and all that. I wish I had good stories for you guys. I don't. All my stories are either weird or embarrassing. Like I was flying into Baghdad at night, 2003. We see machine gun fire coming up at us. I call up on the radio. I tried to sound cool. Baghdad Tower, lift to 4702. We got ground fire north of the field. It's pretty cool, right? They said, 4702, stand by. Did he just say stand by? Like I'm on the phone with Sprint or something? Guy calls me back, 4702, don't worry about it. They're celebrating in town tonight. They're not shooting at you. They're shooting their guns in the air. And I was like, well, that is a relief, except I'm in the air! I didn't sound cool that day. Some of the stories sound good in synopsis, but then when you hear the actual story, it's not good. It's not a good story. I'll tell you one. I prevented an international incident. Yeah, sounds great. Just wait. 2004, we're flying to Dakar, Senegal, West Africa. Drop supplies there to the embassy. And if you were there at the time, you should probably get tested. No, if you were there for malaria. If you were there at the time, you may know this, you could not make a big purchase on credit. Anything over $5,000, you had to pay cash. Not a big deal until you have to refuel a 300,000 pound cargo plane, which was 75,000 pounds of gas, which came to $114,000 that we had to pay cash. So who do you think they sent in with the money? Was it a crack squad of Marines or Navy SEALs or Army Rangers? Nope, they sent in First Lieutenant Sarduy, who had gotten a B- in hand-to-hand combat. And I thought the money would be in like a silver case, right, with the tight bills. No, they handed it to me in a Nike gym bag that was used with broken zippers, a used Nike gym bag, and the bills were just loose, like I just robbed a bank. And they were like, LT, that's what they call lieutenants. LT, go pay for the gas. I was like, oh, by myself? I don't know, but you should know. You may not know this, but you should know that I got expert in the M16 rifle because the dude next to me was nearsighted and kept shooting my target. Like expert was 35 out of 40 holes. I had 47 holes on my target. They were like, you're really good. I'm like, yeah, I make bullets go in and back out and back in. I'm a magician. So they're like, we're kidding. We'll give you some backup. We'll send the lieutenant from accounting. This is a kid that was too short to be a pilot. That's why he went into accounting. You know how short you gotta be where they don't let you be a pilot? This stool could be a pilot. So they're like, that lieutenant from accounting's your backup. I was like, well, you're not gonna see this money again. They're like, we're kidding. We're gonna send some real backup. We're gonna send the Ravens with you. Ravens are security forces personnel that go with airplanes to austere locations to protect them. And if you don't know what security forces are, they are members of the United States military that joined to shoot guns and blow things up. But what they actually do is they stand at the front gate for 8 hours a day and check identification. Never shoot guns or blow anything up. These are people that want stuff to go I know, because one of them walked up and was like, hey, we can't take guns in there, LT, but don't worry, we got these extended batons in our sleeves. Anything happens, we got your back. I was like, we're gonna die. All right. So I'm walking in, I got a bag of money, got the lieutenant, got the 2 security forces guys. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm overreacting. This is an international airport. It's gonna be fine. And I was wrong. I opened the door, it's a dark room, there's one light, and it is swinging like we're at a haunted house. Me and the lieutenant from accounting walk in with the bag of money like Shaggy and Scoob, like I see over here, standing there, 2 guards? I say it like that because they were not in uniform, or unless you think of a uniform as a Somali pirate starter kit. They had sandals, holes in their pants, AK-47s, gold teeth. It was terrifying. And from in the back room, in the back office, in the darkness, I hear the deepest voice ever, like, what do you want? And we both went, ah! We screamed like we were in a haunted house. And then I couldn't stop yelling, we want to pay for the gas! So I was like, okay. So I give the money to the lieutenant. I said, go pay for the gas. Now here's the thing. If you were in West Africa, if you go to West Africa today, you may know this, everybody there is really tall. So the counter reached the lieutenant at eye level. He had to throw the bag of money, like, to get it up there. And then he had to stand on his toes like a kid at an ice cream shop, like, I want chocolate. That's what it looked like. So the guy slides in the receipt, the lieutenant looks at it, he goes, sir, you have to sign the receipt. And the man was like, no sign, you take. And then the lieutenant from accounting, who was super short, said, you're gonna sign it, or we're not taking it. And I'm standing over here like, what are you doing, Oompa Loompa? And the guy behind the counter was not ready for that. He's like, no sign, you take. And the lieutenant goes, well, if you don't sign it, then we're not leaving the money. He puts his hand on the bag, and as soon as that bag, his hand touched the bag of money, from over here, I heard this sound, click. Which is the sound of a safety coming off an AK-47, which at first didn't scare me, because like, that gun has a safety? What? I didn't think the Russians cared about safety. I later found out that's the same switch that puts it to full auto. So, the worst part about all of this, as this tension that's happening, is behind me, the security forces guys are living the dream. They turned into MMA hype men, like, yeah! It's going down tonight! Don't you let him talk to you like that, LT! Don't you let him talk to you like, can you guys shut your mouths, please? Let me remind you, you have batons. If I need you to lead a college marching band, I will call you. So I gotta stop this whole situation. I lean over, I grab him by the collar, I turn him towards me, and he knew something was up because I was paler than usual. Like I was glowing in the dark, and he's like, what's wrong? I go, just take the receipt with no signature. And he said, fine, but I don't like it. I don't care what you don't like, Scrappy Doo, take the receipt. So he grabs the receipt, I'm walking him out, I'm like, get out the door, get out the door. The security force out the door, I'm dragging him along, and I could hear the wheels turning in his head like, how am I gonna explain this back at accounting? And right before I get him out the door, he goes, oh, those 2 guys have guns! So we almost died, and I lost a good pair of underwear. Because he was stupid. And that is how I prevented an international incident. That's what I'm talking about! I did go to school at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. People don't know much about the academy, and the biggest group of people that don't know much about that place is my family. They had no idea what it was. It's a military academy, but the first year, you're just running and doing push-ups and learning to iron and vacuuming. You're not really, they don't let you near the airplanes. They point at the airplanes. See those? You gotta earn those. So when I was a freshman, first year, 4-degree cadet at the Air Force Academy, I called my mom every Sunday. And then on Monday, an A-10 fighter plane crashed in Wyoming. Pilot survived, but the plane crashed in Wyoming, which, I don't know if you know this, is not Colorado Springs, Colorado. My commander calls me into his office Tuesday morning, and he says, Cadet Sarduy, stand at attention. I was like, yes, sir. I was ready to go. Whatever he wanted me to do, I was ready. He said, I'm going to play you a voicemail. And you normally only get phone calls on Sundays, but I need you to go call your mother and explain exactly what you do here. And I was like, oh, I don't want to hear this voicemail. This is going to be bad. This is going to be a bad voicemail. I don't want to hear. Here's my mom's voicemail, word for word. Boop. Is my baby okay? Oh, no, I saw the news with the plane crash, and there's my baby flying the A-10 Thunderbolt 6. I don't know the number. Please call me back. Click. She didn't leave her name or my name. We had to star 69 her, which is an old-timey phrase now. People don't know what we do there at the academy. I know that because when I would come home for the holidays or something like that, I would see my friends that went to real college. And they would try to exchange stories with me. And I'm like, hey, what's it like at the University of Miami? Oh, Friday nights are awesome, man. Sometimes we get drunk. Sometimes we fight. Sometimes we make out with strangers. It's usually girls. I was like, whoa. Who was it the rest of the time? Statues, bro. They look good. And then they want to ask me, what's like the Air Force Academy night on Friday night? You shooting guns and blow things up? I'm like, sort of. I'm blowing up that vacuuming, son. What? I can vacuum up a wall. That takes core strength. Reason we did that is because we had white glove inspections on Saturday mornings. So I'll tell you my favorite white glove inspection ever. Me and my roommate were at parade rest, standing in our room. Next door, they're getting yelled at, so I know we're next. I'm doing one final check of the room before they come in. Our job was to standardize closets. We had to make 30 closets look identical. I look up, we forgot to do our closet. Yeah, we did 29 closets, forgot to do ours, and it wasn't even close. And I was like, oh no, they're gonna yell at us so hard. Bro, we forgot to do our closet. First time I looked at my roommate in 45 minutes, he is sweating profusely like he just got out of a sauna. Pit stains are developing, left eye's twitching. He's kind of swaying back and forth. He looks at me with this pain face. He goes, Jose, man! I'm really sorry for what is about to happen in this room. And I was like, I have put too much pressure on my roommate. So I tried to relieve the pressure. I tried to tell him, it's not that big a deal. We'll just get yelled at. But I didn't get to finish that sentence. Because I said, dude, it's not that big a deal. We'll just get yeah. And then he farted. For so long. I thought he was going to deflate. Like those things in front of the car dealers when you shut them off at night. It just wouldn't stop. I'm like, it's not that big a deal. We'll just get... I thought he was gonna levitate like Chris Angel from The Butt. It was a full 2 minutes. He finally was like, and then I tried to tell a joke. The joke I tried to tell was, you know, the loud ones don't usually smell that bad. But I didn't get to finish that sentence either. I was like, you know, the loud ones don't smell. God, oh no! It's on my tongue! I tried to punch a fart out of the air. And that is when the inspectors walked into the room. There were 3 of them. This one very attractive female, 2 dudes take the door. She walks in on a weird scene. There's my roommate, all sweaty, comes to attention, big smile on his face. I am no longer facing the right direction. And I come to attention, but I just from the sound, like, and she was a little like, what is this? They didn't train me for this action. But I'll tell you this, she was a professional because she did her job despite this unknown situation. She walked in, put her gloves on the... Hey, did you even dust? Do you care at all? This is the most She was a pretty lady. She got ugly real fast. She looked like those people in the movies when they turn into werewolves. She was like... And the guys at the door don't know what's happening. She turns around like, wow, there's a demon at the Air Force Academy. And she tried to run away. You can't run from a fart. Not once it's got you. It's like Stephen King's The Mist. You walk in, you got a tail. So she's dragging death behind her out the door like, hey, what's wrong? They dropped their hats. We got free hats. They low crawled out of the room. The 3 of them stood in the hallway for like 5 minutes like they'd been pepper sprayed. Oh no! It's in my eyes! Somebody's like, we gotta burn these clothes! And then the 3rd was like, you know what I heard helps with pepper spray? If you put milk on it. They were like, where are we gonna get milk, Steve? They finally compose themselves. They look in the room like, you 2 are disgusting! And they walked away. So me and my roommate, we go back to parade rest, which is this position. And I remember I said to my roommate, I said, that wasn't that bad. We should just do that every time. Just warn me next time. I gotta breathe through her mouth. It's like you're eating jalapenos. My roommate looked at me and he said, they didn't check the closet though, did they? I'm like, no, they didn't. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. I'm Sarduy. You guys have been great.
Oh, it's so nice to be here. This is so sweet. I'm from New York, so this is a nice culture change. This is different for me. This is just like beautiful. Mountains and scenery. Even the people are different. You guys are so different from us in New York. You're happy. You're polite. That's very shocking to a New Yorker. I'm walking down the street today, total stranger. How are you? How's your day going? I said, what do you want? I'm from New York. We don't talk to people. We don't talk to people. That's what we say if you're from New York. And we don't talk to people. I'm sure some of you have been there. We seem rude. We're not rude. We're nice people. We just don't want to be bothered with you. Because people say stupid things. I was on the flight coming out here, and the guy next to me was like, so where are you going? I was like, look at your ticket. We're all going there. I'm sorry, you know what it is? I feel like the older I get, do you feel like this? My tolerance for nonsense is shrinking with every year. I don't like the fact that we can't be called customers anymore when we shop. That's a little too PC, right? Now we're all guests. So I saw the other day, will the next guest step up? I was in Dunkin' Donuts. I'm sorry, Dunkin', because we're a little too lazy to say donuts in this country now. But I was in like a Dunkin' Donuts, and the overly happy cashier was like, next guest. I was like, listen, pal, I'm a customer. And he says, no, sir. He says, here at Dunkin', we want you to feel like we're your friend and you're a guest in your friend's home. And I said, that's fantastic. My friends don't charge me for coffee. Fill it up, friend. I became a customer very quickly. I don't want to spell things out anymore, too. I was on the phone the other day trying to rectify my cable bill. You ever on a phone call and they're like, can you spell that out? And you have to go N as in Nancy. I don't do that anymore. I just mess around now. I'm like, yes, P as in pneumonia. X as in Xerox. G as in net. P again as in psycho. You getting this? So I'm married too. I'm actually going to be excited to be celebrating my my third wedding anniversary coming up to my beautiful bride. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to clap. She's not here. I got married late in life. I got married at 45. I was a swinging bachelor back in New York for a lot of years. And then I met my beautiful wife, and, well, we're all grown-ups here. I'm not going to lie to you people. My wife and I had to get married, you know, because she got dental. And your priorities change as you get older. 25, you marry for love. 45, a 401k and healthcare. You have to invest in your future. My wife is not only beautiful, she comes with dental, eyeglasses, and a $20 copay. I put a ring right on that finger. I love you. Second date. Didn't even know her last name yet. Will you marry me? What date does the copay kick in? She's fantastic, my wife. I love her. She's my best friend. She's a school teacher, my wife. She's a school teacher. Any teachers in the crowd tonight? We got any teachers? We do? All right, now have everybody join me quickly in a little applause. How about it? Let's hear it for our school teachers. Huh? Come on, hey. Thank you. I say thank you to the school teachers. Never cared before I married one. Didn't know about teachers. Now I understand about you teachers. I see it from the other side. For those of you who don't know or have a teacher in your life, I'll tell you, the job does not end at 3 o'clock when the bell rings for these people. There's lesson planning, there's grading of papers, there's aggravation from other teachers and principals and students and parents of students. Now I understand why you all drink. It's fun being married to a teacher. It is. My wife's a wonderful teacher. But this is my job. See, this is what I do. I travel around this wonderful country of ours. I get to tell jokes. I get to meet audiences from all walks of life like you guys, and it's wonderful. But that's it. When I'm home, that's it. When I'm off, I sleep till noon. I'm in show business for a reason. I work 45 minutes a night. You getting where I'm going with this? I don't do much. I'm a get up from the bed, go to the couch kind of guy. I sleep till noon, I hang out, I sit around in my bathrobe, write a few jokes, make coffee at 2 p.m., watch Judge Judy. This is my day. And it's fun being married to a school teacher, except for the summertime. Summer's long. Because my wife's a go-getter. Oh, God, my wife is a go-getter. She gets up, she can do 1,000 things before noon. She should be in the Army. My wife, the first day we were married, it's the summertime. She got off, and she's got shorts and sneakers, and she's like, come on, we're going for a power walk. I said, come on. You go. I'm going to take a power nap. You know, and she does everything. She's like, this is what you're going to do? She yelled at me. This is what you're going to do? It's 79 degrees, blue skies. You're going to sit on the couch all day in your bathrobe, watch television? But in my defense, my wife and I did not live together until we were married. So in that moment, I sat her down and I said, sweetheart, let me tell you something about me. When I was a little boy, the doctor told me I had a lazy eye. I didn't know it was going to spread. I have a condition. She's a go-getter. We're married for almost 3 years now. We were blessed on the 12th of June in 2019 with a new addition to our family. I have a new little baby at home, 7 months old. I have a 7-month-old little girl. We're older parents, but it's okay. You know, it's wonderful. She wasn't a little girl, my daughter. She was 8 pounds and 13 ounces. That's a healthy baby, right? She just turned 7 months. She's 142 pounds now. She eats like a linebacker. We didn't know what we were having. My wife and I, we wanted to be surprised, which upset family members and friends because people would come up to us all the time when we were pregnant. They're like, what are you having? I was like, a baby. They were like, no, come on, what kind? I was like, human. I think human. We're praying for human. They're like, you don't know the sex? I said, no, we don't know the sex of the child. What's wrong with that? And people that already had kids, they would just chastise us. They were like, you should know the sex of the child. I'm like, why? They're like, because you can get the room ready. See, they were thinking like parents, right? They were like, you can paint, you can set up the room, you get that room ready. I said, relax. We have a one-bedroom apartment in New York City. The room is ready. It's different. It's a different world now, you know? It's wonderful, but it's like it changes your whole life, you know? Now it's a whole different world. And now I'm an old dad. That's what I worry about the most. Being an old dad is the worst thing because, you know, an old dad, I don't want to embarrass my child, you know? My child in 5 years from now is going to be going to school, maybe 4.5 years, and I'm going to be the daddy daycare. I'm picking up and dropping off. There's going to be young people, the proper age to pick up a child. 28, 29-year-old youthful people bouncing around. Come on, Skylar. Come on, Grayson. You know? And then it's going to be me, black socks and sandals in my bathrobe. Where is she? I don't even know if I'm at the right school. I don't want to embarrass my poor daughter. She'll be standing there with her friends. Her friends will be like, how come your grandfather picks you up from school every day? Got to try and stay youthful. Got to stay in shape. I'm not in bad shape. I'm not in good shape. I'm in no shape, really. I don't do it. This little walk I'm doing right here is the most exercise I've got all day. I was in my bed until showtime. I don't do anything, you know? And the body's starting to change. Once you get 47 and past, and some of the gentlemen in the audience who are that age, they can attest to this. The body starts to change, right? Little things are happening. Like I took a nap this afternoon. Just laid down to take a nap. Only my foot fell asleep. What the heck is this all about now? Do our body parts take shifts as we get older? That's what I think what happens. You get to a certain age, your body parts do whatever they want to do. They don't tell the rest of the body. You ever been in the kitchen, you can't open a jar? Maybe your hand was up all night. You don't know. I don't want to look old for my poor kid. I get my physical every year. I said, Doc, look, my hair's starting to fall out. Maybe give me something to keep it in. He gave me a Ziploc bag. That's why I'm glad I got married, because getting older and being single is tough. You always got to look good. I'm trying to look good now just for my daughter. I don't want to embarrass her, you know? I shaved my mustache because my friends kept telling me, Chris, with a nose like yours, why underline it? It's not funny. How to get life insurance now. Well, I call it death insurance for me. It's life insurance for my wife and child. My father sat me down and says, you got a family now, you have to get life insurance. So now I gotta go to get physical, get the blood work done. I hate getting the blood work done. I don't mind the needles, I hate the lecture. Right? Every time you go to the doctor and come in, do the blood work, come back in a few days, we'll discuss. He's like, what's with the blood pressure? What's with the cholesterol? I'm like, I don't know, I'm paying you. Why don't you tell me? I got high cholesterol. It's hereditary, you know? My father, grandfather, great-grandfather, all had the high cholesterol. But I said to my doc, Doc, look, what can I do to lower the cholesterol? I know I have to cut back on the fried foods. I know I got to cut back on some of the red meats. What can I put into the diet to help out the cholesterol? Now, if anybody has high cholesterol, here's a free tip. My doc said, eat more leafy green vegetables. More spinach, kale, Swiss chard, broccoli rabe. I said, Doc, I love leafy green vegetables. I just love them stuffed inside of a ravioli. He's like, can you be a vegetarian for a little while? I said, very little, like a day, day and a half maybe. Maybe a weekend if there's no holidays involved. I can be a pescatarian. I can give up meat tomorrow for 6 months and just eat fish. I can't be a vegan, though. Any vegans here? If you have the energy, raise your hand. Have you seen these people? But they brag about being the healthiest people in the world. They look like they have a week left on the planet. Have you seen these people? They're pale, their clothes are falling off, they're tired. Look, I don't pick on anybody. I believe in live and let live. Whatever makes you have your best life, do it. But here's the problem with the vegan people. I don't know how it is out here, but in the East, they like to tell you what to do. They're a little snooty in New York. They poke their nose into your business. My wife and I go to a restaurant. I take my wife out every Monday. It's our date night. Every Monday, I do it. Believe it or not, I am a romantic. I take my wife out, no matter what the weather, what the thing. My sister comes over. She sits for my little girl, and we go about a mile away. This wonderful little Italian joint in New York. It's like from 1950, and you walk in there and you feel like it's 1950. Beautiful, great food. So we go there every week, and I'll tell you, I was in there about 2 weeks ago with my wife, and I had a veal chop like this on the bone, split down the middle, stuffed with prosciutto and provolone. Oh. Broccoli rabe sauteed in garlic and olive oil. A little linguine over here. This is what happens as you get older. You remember the meal. Because my friends are like, you are so good to your wife, you're so romantic, you must get good loving at home. I said, I don't remember, but the meals are fantastic. My wife was eating like chicken parmesan, and over walks a tourist. And she was a vegan. And she was chatty. And you know how much we love that. She stops at our table. Thank you. She was very nice for a few minutes, but then she went into her little protest. She looked down at our plate. She's like, do you know how cruel it is the way they murder these animals? Here we go. I'm like, go ahead. She's like, do you know what eating this food is going to do to your health? And that's where I got her. Right there, I nailed her. I said, lady, hold on. My grandmother just turned 102 years old this year. She looks at me, she goes, your grandmother eats meat? I said, no, she minds her business. Then I sent a hamburger over to her table. I wrote a little note. Have a couple of bites. Get some color in your face, sweetie. Gotta try and stay healthy. Gotta try and be disciplined. I got a little girl. She's already 7 months and 2 weeks, and she's got me wrapped around her finger. My wife doesn't want a spoiled child. I don't want a spoiled child. We have friends with spoiled children, and they just get whatever they want. They don't have to do anything for it, these kids. I have friends back in New York. Tell me this isn't insane. On Halloween last year, they spent $242 on costumes for 2 children. $121 a pop. Isn't that insane? Everybody here, take yourself back to when you were a little kid. You ever have a costume that was $5? No, you were lucky if you had what I had. Your mother cut 2 holes in an old sheet. You're a ghost. There you go. You're a ghost. One year, my mother had a brand new white sheet and she couldn't cut it up. So she just put it over me and said, you're a piece of furniture being moved. $242? Are you insane? We didn't have that. We had homemade costumes. We couldn't even get my mother and father to shoot the lock off the wallet and get us that costume from the department store, the one that we all wanted when we were little kids. If you grew up in the 70s and 80s, we all had the same costume. That little junky costume in the box. It was a plastic mask, laced with asbestos on the inside. Remember this piece of garbage? Had a wonderful security strap, the rubber band stapled to each side. This thing is so tight on your face. You got paper cuts on your eyelids and your tongue. You're inhaling dried snot the whole day. Wasn't all your snot because you switched the mask with your friends a few times. By 6:30, the rubber band snap, you're holding it on like a little idiot. I'm looking on Instagram and Facebook, my friends' kids, they look like they just come out of a Tim Burton film, or they come out of the Disney costume lot. They had these unbelievable high-definition costumes. They looked like they were in the movie Frozen. And then I look back through my old photo album of the Polaroids that I had. We had the little crappy mask, and it had a vinyl smock, right, that went over your clothes with a cartoon picture of the body. And no child safety, may I interject. We had no child safety when we were all growing up. Because that costume that our parents put on us, there was a warning on the side label that said highly flammable, right on the box. My mother's ashing cigarettes and inches over our heads. That's what trick-or-treating. She's like, roll around. Yo, go out, roll around. Hurry up, stop, drop, and roll. Let's go. Will you go put your brother out, please? Put your brother out and ring the doorbell. You guys got 26 minutes. My stories are coming on. They were trying to lose us. But this is the world we live in now, you know? Just gotta try and have discipline with my little one and it's a different world. This isn't the world I grew up in, you know? And I'm sure most of you feel the same way. How many people, real quick, how many people, by round of applause, think that the little ones growing up now get away with a lot more than what we got away with when we were growing up in the world, right? There's not a lot of discipline out there. My wife and I were shopping at Christmas. We saw a 6-year-old boy at the mall scream at his mother's face, right in front of all the other customers. Little kid get right in his mother's face. I said no! And he lived. You ever talk back to your mother like that? Of course you did, and you're here right now. Try to do the proper thing. My brother has 2 boys. I love my brother's 2 boys. 6 and 7 years old. My brother does the timeout with the kids, though. He does that. Any parents out there doing the timeout? Yeah, that's the thing of today, right? We didn't have timeout when I was growing up, and you guys did. We had blackout. That's what we had. How long was I out that time, Ma? 22 minutes, Christopher. That's a new record for you. Mommy got a lot done while you were down. You can't do that today. Forget about it. I go to my brother's house. His son is in the timeout. I didn't know what timeout was. At the time, I didn't have a child. I thought they were playing hide and seek, the boys. I see a 6-year-old boy counting against the wall. I think the other one's hiding. I'm looking under the beds and stuff. My brother goes, what are you doing? I go, where's Luca? He goes, no, Luca's out playing. James in timeout. I said, oh, you do timeout? He goes, you gotta. Can't hit him anymore. I said, really? I did not know that. I have to take that into consideration, whether I want to have children or not. I said, why is James in a timeout? My brother said he said a curse word at his mother. I said, which one? He says, the big one. He said, yeah. I said, and all he gets is to count against the wall? That'll teach him. I said, let me ask you something. If you or I ever said the big one to Mom or Dad, would we be standing here right now having this conversation? One of us have a limp, one of us had no teeth in our mouth. My brother goes, that's the way it is. He just can't spank him anymore. I said, wow, that's something. I remember when you got hit for getting hurt. Anybody remember that? Remember coming in bleeding, looking for sympathy? Ma! Didn't I tell you not to play by the fence? Now you can bleed to death, stupid. Wait till your father gets home. Think you're hurting now. Right, but we all got hit, and look at us, we turned out great. We drink a little, but we're okay. My mother threw a glass ashtray at my head with a lit cigarette still in it. That was considered good parenting in 1978. No, my mother saw me doing something wrong. She could not get to me in time, so she diffused the situation by taking an ashtray and stopping me from getting hurt further. That's what she was doing. One little bump on the head to avoid something big. And I would have got hurt further, because now I realize 40 years ago that happened, and I was wrong. She was right. I never should have tried to talk to her during her soap opera. I know that now. It's a different world. Just gotta be happy. That's what everybody wants us to be happy, right? Gotta be happy. Gotta smile. I say try and be happy. Be happy. Life's too short. Enjoy it, right? Go out, come to a show, go to a nice restaurant, go on a nice vacation. Spend your money. Spend it on you. You know? Enjoy it while you're here. Because what do they tell us when we're all gone? Can't take it with you. Heard that my whole life. I don't know if it's true. That's what they say. I'd hate to pass on and find out you can take it with you. Wouldn't that be terrible? Now we're walking around heaven broke. What if we get to the pearly white gates and St. Peter says it's 5,000 to get in? You're like, what? I did not take it with me. I was told specifically I couldn't take it with me. I gotta send a text message down to my brother. Put all the money in your pockets and hang yourself. You guys are wonderful. God bless you. Thank you for having me at the Tribe Bar. My name is Chris Monty.
So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. At 44 years old, I got married and pregnant on my honeymoon. With triplets. Kind of like a Groupon is what I got. I found there's a big difference between being married in your 20s and your 40s, right? In your 20s, your man tries to go out. You're like, don't go. I'll miss you. Text me and call me when you get there. In your 40s, you're calling your man's friends, talking about somebody better come pick this fool up. I need a break. Picking out your marriage bed in your 20s, you're like, let's get a twin. I want to feel you next to me all night long. In your 40s, you're at the mattress store like, how big of beds do you make? Honey, you sleep on the east. I'll sleep on the west. Text me if you need something. Oh, man. So I'm married, like I said, got some kids. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you. Appreciate that. I am 52 with first graders. No. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I know. Some of you ladies are like, oh man, this could still happen. Some of you ladies are like, oh, wait a minute. This could still happen? I know, 52 with first graders. It makes me amazing, actually. It makes me incredible. Makes me so tired. Just tired. I'm all the time tired. I'm so tired I welcome any procedure where you get to lay down. I call them mini vacation procedures. I don't have anything going on, but I'm at that doctor's every month. Tell that nurse, tell that doc, take your time, I'll be right here. Laying on the paper. Here, a root canal takes hours. I'll take 2. First sonogram appointment, my husband wasn't there, and I'm laying on the table, and the nurse starts doing the exam. She gets this look on her face. I said, hey, what's going on? She said, yeah, I think there's 3 in there. I said, oh, yeah, I think you better shut up. She's like, no, ma'am, we're not allowed to make jokes like that. She said, I need to go get a supervisor. So she left the room. I called my husband. I'm like, honey, guess what? We're having triplets. He was like, huh? Are they all mine? Man. Where are the parents in the room? Clap your hands. Where are the parents in the room? Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. I had friends that had kids the same time I did. One kid, two parents, and complained about how hard it was. Look, I just can't feel bad for you. Sorry, can't feel bad for you because 3 is harder than 1. Let's start at the beginning. Breastfeeding. Right? Yeah. We're outnumbered. Bedtime routine with one kid, it's easy. Good night. Mama loves you. We're gonna say a prayer. We're gonna say a long prayer. I'm gonna rub your back till you fall asleep. You're done. I'm tired. I'm on kid number 2. I'm like, look, Mama loves you, so does Jesus. By kid number 3, I'm like, look, did you hear what I said to your brother and sister? That. Birthday parties with one kid. Birthday parties with one kid, it's easy. What do you got, 10, 15 kids? I got like 200 kids. I gotta call the city and get permits. I gotta order porta potties. With one kid, you write out the invitations and you put each kid's name on it and you pass it out in the classroom. I made a birthday flyer. Put it on the bulletin board. See it or you don't. With one kid, you get face painters. They come out and they paint every kid's faces with some Ninja Turtles and some rainbows and unicorns. I got money for that. We use magic markers. The washable ones this year. And then at the end of the party, you have to give out these gift bags, as if to say, here's the rest of my money. I just gave every kid a fist bump and some Laffy Taffy. For all the single people in the audience, let me tell you how I did this. So I was sitting in a training, and I heard God say to me, stop dating. Look, I thought he was talking to the girl next to me, and maybe I was sitting a little too close to the conversation she was having with the Lord and Savior. Plus, why would God take all this off the market? But he was talking to me. He also said, the next man you go on a date with is gonna be the man you marry. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. So I tried to help him out. And I did this thing where I put body parts and personality traits in like a Jesus Dropbox. You know, like the real cloud. So I'd see a man with nice legs and I'm like, ooh, nice legs, that's good. Let's put that right in the Dropbox. Clean fingernails, nice booty, that's important, ladies. Just put that right in the Dropbox, right? Good to the wait staff, just put that right in the Dropbox. I also hired every male-dominated profession I could. I hired an electrician and a plumber twice. Put on some lipstick and opened the door for the Domino's pizza man like, hey! And then 7 years later, yeah, he didn't tell me that. I saw my husband cross the lobby at church. I thought to myself, there he is. Jesus didn't look in the Dropbox. Jesus didn't look in the Dropbox at all. But I married him. It's his will, not mine. I'm enjoying being a mom. It's amazing. Kids are great, man. Kids are great. My kids are teaching me so much. Like how to be a liar, actually. That's what's going on. You know, the other day I'm sitting at home and my kids are like, hey, Mom, what are we going to do today? I'm like, this is it. Got an old mom, it's not your fault. They're like, well, can we go to the park today? I'm like, oh, no, we can't go to the park today. The park is broken. Thing is I should want to go to the park with my kids, right? I should want to, because of the sunshine and the exercise and just being with my kids. But I don't want to go to the park. Because of the sunshine and the exercise and just being with my kids. So much changes too when you have kids, like you don't get to eat a whole meal to yourself. I know it doesn't look like it, but I haven't had a donut to myself in years. With one bag of chip and one kid, really, it's easy to share. Here's a chip, here's two, heck, here's three. With triplets, 3, 6, 12, the bag is gone. I'm licking my kids' fingers trying to get some Dorito dust. Music changes everywhere when you have kids. For the short amount of time before I had kids, I think about my husband, and the music for him was something romantic, something sexy like, I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back these feelings for so long. Then I had kids. The music changed to Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make mama wanna run. I got tired of kids' music around the house. I got so tired of kids' music around the house, I decided I was just gonna play the radio. What's the big deal? It's just the radio. Yeah. Everything was good until my son walks down the hallway singing, you used to call me on my cell phone, late night when you need my love. I was like, back to Barney. And back to church. My kids are singing Drake. Even the lyrics out of my mouth change when I hear a song. I'm driving the other day and this song comes on the radio. I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. Only the lyrics out of my mouth. I ain't got no sleep since I made you, and I hate you. Nah, I don't hate all my kids. I like the girl. I was at the mall the other day, and I saw this family, 2 parents, 1 kid. Kid was about 2 years old, and they had this kid leash. Have you seen these? I didn't understand it. It's 2 parents, 1 kid. If the kid gets too far, you just skip ahead and trip them. I don't really understand. But I'm gonna have to admit that I tried these kid leashes with my kids. But I got a little carried away. I got some shoes with some wheels. I'm whipping around the mall like I got a husky team. People kept asking me for my rates. I'm teaching my kids the right names to body parts. Problem is, when you do that, they want to talk about it all the time everywhere. I have to tell my daughter quite often, honey, we don't need to talk about body parts in the church lobby. But now that I'm teaching my kids the right names to body parts, when we go to the Walmart bathroom, I got to put my kids in 3 different stalls. Problem with that is I got to look in the stalls to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, because public restrooms are nasty. Problem with that is people coming in the Walmart bathroom. Yeah, they don't know I got kids in the stalls. They just see a large black woman looking in the stalls. I'm like, no, I got kids in the stalls. Kids call out, Kaka, I've got kids in the stalls. We got kicked out of Walmart. Got kicked out. My kids are playing sports. I'm gonna feel the judgment on this one. Look, I didn't want kids that played sports. I wanted fat kids. I wanted kids that you call in from out of the sunshine. That sit on the couch, play on their electronics, develop a little pooch. That's what I wanted. But I found a sport where I could sit down and watch my kid play. I could be on a little, Words with Friends, some Texas Hold'em. Gymnastics. You sit, you play on your phone the whole time while your kid's out there doing their gymnastics-y thing. It's wonderful. It was good. And then about 10 minutes in, I hear this from across the gymnasium. Hey, Mom! Mom! You gonna do your gymnastics? You gonna watch me do my gymnastics thing, or you gonna be on your phone the whole time? I was a little embarrassed. I just yelled back, oh, Zoe, it's only 10% gymnastics, honey. The other 90% is me watching you pull that leotard out of your booty. And I went back to Texas Hold'em. Back to Texas Hold'em. When you have kids, you have to go places that you otherwise wouldn't want to go, like the zoo. I realize that some of you probably go to the zoo and you don't have kids. Boo. I don't like the zoo because the animals are so far from the entrance. There's a lot of walking involved. So we have a new baby jaguar at our zoo in San Diego, and I wanted to take my kids. I thought it was perfect. It's going to be a great day. We get to the enclosure. There is no baby jaguar. There's a mama jaguar, and she's pacing, and she looks angry. And I said, hey, zookeeper lady, just trucked my kids 10 days to get to the enclosure. Where is the baby jaguar? And she says, oh, I'm so sorry. We took the baby jaguar to give the mom a break. And I'm like, oh, well, why is she so angry? Because if you were to take my kids to give me a break, I'd be like, peace, see you Wednesday. Maybe Thursday. I didn't know what to say to my kids. I just looked down at my kids and said, kids, we're not going to see the baby jaguar today. The baby jaguar, it's broken. Oh, I married a good guy. Oh, man, I married the best man ever. Although, he hasn't quite picked up on the spelling of words that I don't want the kids to know. I came home, very innocent. I said, honey, do we have any COOKIESs? My husband looks me right in the face and says, YES, we have cookies. The crazy thing is that my daughter even picked up on it, and she chimes in. She's like, Dad, you are D-U-M-B. My sweet Zoe. 2 boys and a girl, man. Zoe is she's my lifesaver right there. She comes up to me the other day, she says, hey, Mom, there's this boat. I want to go on this boat. And I'm like, yeah, tell me the name of the boat. Mama will take you on the boat. Whatever boat, Mama will take you on that boat. I said, what's the name of the boat? She said, Disney Cruise. Zoe, Mama can't take you on that boat. She said, why? I said, well, it's too expensive. I don't have money for that boat. And she said, you know what? You could just keep working. And then she says, and I'll just pull my teeth and then I'll save my tooth fairy money. I know. I'm like, oh, Zoe, you're so sweet. And on your 21st toothless birthday, you and I will go on that Disney cruise. Oh, man. So I'm biracial, half black and half white. It just means I don't know if I should crochet or play basketball. You know, grilled chicken or fried chicken. But I was brought up in a white home, so I swim. It's an easy joke for the white people to laugh at. Black people are like, that was funny, but I will cut you after the show. But I married a black man like an Olwen, like a dark brother too, so there's no question. But I do not understand black culture at all. My husband's cousin comes to town. And I'm like, hey man, you want to come to one of my shows? And he's like, oh yeah, for sure. No, dude, not 4 shows. Just 1 show. Did you want to come to my show? And he's like, I said for show. I'm like, I don't understand the language of the black people. I just turned to my husband for some interpretation. My husband just steps over to my white side and says, "For sure, he's coming to your show for sure." I'm trying to get the moment back. For sure, for sure. My sister calls me up. She's like, "Hey, Lisa, now that you're black, I got some questions for you." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, for sure." Discipline is tough. I'm a yeller because it's the easiest thing to do from the couch. But my husband does this thing that I call confusion discipline. This is what it looks like. Kid does something wrong. They get a spank on their butt. My husband's like, "Why are you crying? You want me to give you something to cry about? Keep on crying, see what happens." Kids are looking at me, I'm looking at them, I'm like, "I don't know what to do, play dead." Works with the bears. So I have 2 identical twin boys and a girl. And my boys are identical. They are alike in everything. Yes and no answers, no matter what you say, yes and no. My daughter, yeah, single-handedly the neighborhood watch. Walking Wikipedia, that one. Put my kids to bed, I turn off the light, I leave the room. Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing out of you. Nothing. A couple minutes later, I hear goings-on coming from the bedroom. Goings-on. March back down the hallway. I open the door. The light is off. The kids are in bed, but I know what I heard. So I turn on the light and I say very lovingly, "Everybody get up!" I said, "Boys, you get out of bed, turn on that light." And the boys are like, "Nope." I said, "Zoe, did you get out of bed and turn on that light?" And Zoe said, "No." But Nathan got out of his bed and he jumped in Elijah's bed. And then he ran around the bed. They tried to get in my bed. I said, "Don't you be getting in my bed." Then they heard you come. They turned off the light and they got back in their bed. I didn't even know what to say. But as I left the room, pretty sure I heard one of the boys say to Zoe, "Snitches get stitches." They picked that language up when they're home alone with their dad. I walked in the house and I heard the kids chanting one day, "Jerry, Jerry, Jerry." And then my daughter looks at my husband and says, "You are not the father." I'm Lisa Gilbert. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much.